What's up, friends? We are back with another fantasy booking video, this time for the big one, WrestleMania. We're going to fantasy book night 1 and night 2. And here's the great thing about this video specifically. No matter what we say, it can't be worse.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. This booking's been pretty bad for Mania.
I feel so solid that whatever we're going to say is better than the actual show.
So I feel like I should have taken more time to just completely make a new card.
Just completely scrap everything.
But this is basically the card. I added some stuff. I add some seasoning to it to hopefully make it a little bit better.
I see a lot of notes. Okay, why don't you go first? Because I think mine is better. So,
all right. Okay.
Start.
All right. Well, I wiped your fucking ass last time, so that was a weird phrase. That was an incorrect phrasing. All right. All right. So we are going to start off night 1 with what they are presumably going to start off with. LA Knight and the Usos taking on the Vision and Speed. Well, this is going to be on ESPN. I do think that they're going to want Speed on ESPN.
Probably.
So I want immediately, we start off with the Vision the whole time. They're like, you got that, Speed? Why don't you start off the match, Speed? And Speed's like, okay, I'll start off. We got Speed and LA Knight, right? And as the bell rings, Usos drop down. Take out the Vision. Right? So then for this match, it's Speed versus LA Knight, right?
Okay.
So Speed gets to show off his crazy athleticism and probably 16 new memes of facial expression.
Fair, yeah.
Right? And then, the Usos can get back in. Just super kick.
Right,
Speed,
super kick party.
Yeah. Super kick party like the Young Bucks. This is all about Speed, right?
Okay.
And then when he tries to get to Logan and Austin, they don't want to tag in. Right? They don't want to. Yeah. They don't want to get involved. Okay. They'll tag in for a second when they think that they have a quick opportunity to try to get a pin. It doesn't work. All right, tag Speed back in, and Speed's just like, fucker, right?
Okay.
So eventually, we're gonna see Jimmy Uso pin Speed.
Okay.
Because I want something for Jimmy Uso.
Oh, okay.
However, as the Usos have fully knocked out the Vision, and Jimmy Uso gets the pin, the Vision are now pissed at Speed. So they walk off. LA Knight and the Usos walk off. And then Speed's in the middle of the ring, and they're like, what the fuck, bro? Because they're blaming him for everything. And Speed is blaming them, being like, I did all of this. I didn't want to do this. You guys suck.
Right.
So just as they are about to lay out Speed, we hear the music of the Hardy Boys.
Oh, my God.
And the Hardy Boys come out to save Speed. And then in the middle of the ring, we get you get the Jeff Hardy juke with Speed. And then we can move on to Raw after Mania, and the Hardys beat the Vision, and they're the new tag champs.
Okay, I didn't put the Hardys in mine.
Oh, I made sure. It was my first thing I thought of.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's and also on ESPN, you're like, holy shit, the Hardys are back?
That's fair. Yeah.
That's cool. And then we get to Jacob versus Drew. I think just like during mid Hardy juke, or like right as the end of the Hardy juke, right? We just go backstage to the fight already happening, sanctioned match, Drew and Jacob. And I want this to be WrestleMania X7 triple threat Kane Raven Big Show vibes, where they're just kind of fighting all throughout the arena. They're just like putting like fucking trash cans on each other, fucking hitting each other, putting their head through a popcorn machine, doing all that shit. But I want Jacob to do something really, really, really violent towards Drew, which I think would now make a lot of sense given what just happened on SmackDown with Drew blooding Jacob and like doing the chain and the whole thing. I think honestly, Jacob should get Drew into like a position where he's like sitting like this, and he just chains him up. And then Jacob goes up on some kind of scaffolding, just some high place stage, whatever. Maybe Mania stage is really cool that he can jump off of, right? Where Sammy did that shit not too long ago, or like where Ospreay and Kenny did the whole thing.
Yeah.
Jacob does that. Moonsaults, Shane McMahon vibes, you know what I mean? Jeff Hardy vibes. They're gonna be a giant crash landing pad.
Electrical and stuff, but that's okay.
But you get Jacob to do the moonsault, and then he beats Drew, and then you have Drew coughing up blood, get an ambulance, and then you're worried, oh my God, Drew's taken out for super long time because he's about to go film a movie. And Jacob.
I didn't know that.
And Jacob beats him. So just as that ends, let's give it 2 to 3 minutes before.
You really
I time it out. I time it out. Yeah, no, because it's important.
Because it's
important. just as that ends, you think that's it. That's it for the ESPN segment of the first hour or whatever.
Okay.
And we got a couple minutes left. And on the SmackDown prior, we see Julia turn on Kiana James.
Oh,
We see
okay.
Julia turn on Kiana James, and then we just see her backstage, and we have all of the security trying to get Drew in the ambulance and everything, just like a whole team of security is out there. So Julia is just fucking destroying the locker room. Anyone that's not on SmackDown, we just fucking Tiffany to Michin to BFAB to everybody is just getting knocked the fuck out.
Okay.
The fucking referees, any security that's left, just people that are working at the venue, right? She's just knocking out everybody.
Okay.
And then she takes to the camera and she was like, "How dare you not put me on WrestleMania?" She was like, "You are going to see me, and the next time you see me, I'm not going to be alone." And that will set up the new tag team of Julia and Blake Monroe.
Interesting. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Then we get to AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch.
Okay.
I said on the last one, thought Elimination Chamber should have been the end. It's not. So because of that, and because I'm tired of this feud, even though AJ Lee should win this match, it would make all the sense in the world. I've talked about this. I want Emily Rudd a part of this. So Emily Rudd pulls AJ Lee's leg out, and Becky Lynch defeats AJ Lee because of Emily Rudd. And then you could have whoever have it at Raw after Mania. You could have fucking Roxanne win it, Raquel win it, somebody get called up like Sol Ruka, JC Jane. I don't care.
Okay.
Shout out One Piece.
Okay.
I had to put One Piece in here. Women's tag. I think that we should have Nia and Lash look super dominant throughout that match, and I think that one by one they start picking off the tag teams.
Okay.
So I think like Bree should go through an announce table, right? And I think that they're just wrecking house, and Lyra kind of fucking smacks Bayley to wake her up.
Okay.
And Bayley, she's like, "This is your WrestleMania moment. Go make your WrestleMania moment." And just like as that's happening, and Bayley can't snap out of it, we see Lash just fucking truck Lyra.
Okay.
So Lyra's out.
Yeah.
And that's what wakes Bayley up. She just starts going crazy. Bayley to bellies to Nia to Charlotte to fucking Nikki Bella, whoever, right?
Okay.
I have to get to it. Okay.
Check the notes.
So then we see it go down to Lash knocking out Bayley.
Okay.
Like Bayley just wrecks house, but then just last second, boom, and eat that kick, right?
Okay.
Because Lash got the best kick in the business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then we get to Char, Lexa, and Nia and Lash.
Okay.
And actually, fucking throw in a weapon or two there because it's a fatal four-way. It doesn't matter. Like Lash can knock out Bayley with a steel step, right?
Okay.
So then they're like they are the the unstoppable forces, right? Nia and Lash, they can't be stopped. Charlotte's trying to stop them. Alexa gets a chair.
Okay.
And Alexa hits Charlotte with it and says, "Fuck this team."
Okay.
Walks off. Nia and Lash retain, and then we can get into Charlotte versus Alexa on SmackDown, and we can kind of move on with that.
Okay.
Sure, we only got 2 matches left here. All right, so Seth versus Gunther.
Yeah.
I do think that Gunther should win this match. I think that Braun Breaker will come out to spear Seth. Gunther doesn't know. They're just having a dope-ass match. Just give him 25 minutes. They just have a dope-ass match. But Braun, at some point, when Seth has, like, curb-stomped Gunther, comes in, spears the fuck out of Seth, walks off. Gunther's away, chokes Seth out, wins again. Gunther's like, "I'm great," right? Doesn't realize that Braun Breaker was the reason why. That will eventually set up Gunther versus Braun Breaker, because I'm sure Braun's going to want to retire Brock. Gunther's going to retire Brock, and Brock's not going to be there. So we need a feud for Gunther, and Gunther versus Braun will be great. And that can kind of go towards who does Heyman choose? Because Heyman could see Gunther as like the next big thing.
Can he choose the gun?
And it probably ends with Braun finally turning babyface and spearing the fuck out of Heyman. And then Gunther probably choking the fuck out of Heyman because he doesn't care that much about Heyman. He just cares about the favor.
Right.
Okay. So that's that there.
Okay.
And then we get to Cody versus Randy. This one is simple.
Is it?
This one is simple.
Is it really
Yes,
Cody
so-
versus Randy, or
so-
is it McAfee?
So we're gonna start off. You know, we get the big woes, we get the voices, and then obviously Pat McAfee's on the outside because that's what the people want. The people want Pat McAfee, right? So then Cody, as the bell rings, Cody goes to the outside and just hits a fucking crossroads on McAfee. Just fucking knocks
And
him
he's out for the
and
whole
that's
time.
it. And that's it. That's the whole
Bless.
thing with McAfee. Cody gets back in. You can kind of just start. You know, you can get a little talking segment where he's just like, "This is just between me and you," right?
Okay.
And Randy ends up winning with a punt. Randy finally brings back the punt. It's time, and Randy punts fucking Cody, and you give him 25 minutes, and hopefully you just have a good match because there's really no salvaging this storyline outside of just immediately ending the Pat McAfee shit and just getting to the best match that you could possibly have. And
Fair
that's how you do that. Unfortunately, with Randy winning, that means that Pat doesn't have to leave the WWE. I tried every which way to have a workaround for that. I couldn't really think of one
Okay.
because I think that Randy should win.
Got it.
That's night one.
Okay.
Night two, I want to scrap Brock and Oba just because I don't want Brock part of this. So give me Oba and Ilya. Give me
Okay. Check notes.
35 minutes on that. Let's just have a masterclass. Let's just have a masterclass.
Ilya's taller than 5'5", right? You gotta be careful with those Iron Man matches.
Right? Yeah, my bad. All of those 45-minute matches that happen all the time.
Yeah.
And Oba wins. It'd just be awesome. And then we have the ladder match and Javon wins.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's all you need to do there.
Okay.
Then I would get to Jade versus Rhea.
Okay.
And honestly, and this is kind of like my solution for this WrestleMania, is just go out there and have good matches.
Yeah.
It's the only thing to save this.
Wait, did you say Jade?
But yeah. Jade versus Rhea,
She might ruin your
15 minutes.
plan.
So here's the thing. Jade's the biggest way to get the thing that helps Jade the most is just a great match. That could be the biggest thing, is just a great match. So Jade has a great match with Rhea. Or a good match. Good match. Whatever. A serviceable going, you know what? That impressed me. That's better than what I thought
Fair enough.
Jade was going to have, right?
Okay.
Jade has a good match.
Okay.
But I think Jade should cheat to beat Rhea. Eventually, she's just like, I think that it should prove like, oh, Jade's not just like show muscle or whatever Rhea said. But eventually, Jade goes, Rhea was going to beat me. I'm going to cheat. And then she starts to beat down Rhea after the match.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'm scrapping that.
Okay.
Jade walks away.
Change in the moment. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Jade's in the middle of the ring.
Okay.
She's celebrating over Rhea.
Okay.
This is called a freestyle.
Okay.
And then we hear the music of Bianca Belair.
Okay.
And we get Bianca back, and she raises Jade's hand, and then fucking boom hits Jade. Bianca then she doesn't lift Rhea up. She doesn't help Rhea. She just kind of gives like a,
She said, I'm here for me, bro.
and she just kind of gives her like a, I don't like you, but I respect you. As much as she liked Jade, she no longer respects this Jade.
Got it.
And then we can
Okay.
get to Bianca versus Jade. I think Rhea stays on Raw. Keep doing the Netflix shit. Keep doing that boom, boom, bang,
Okay.
boom. And then, and then we get to Bianca versus Rhea, Bianca versus Jade, which I'm sure will be great.
Okay.
Then we get to Sammy versus Trick with Yachty. And we're just adding Carmelo Hayes into it because, come on, bro, we have to add Carmelo Hayes into it. It's my fucking fantasy book, and we're getting Carmelo Hayes. Oh, shit. You know what? I forgot something. That ladder match, you can throw JD out there. You can throw Rusev out. Or you can just add somebody else. You know what? Why not? A 7-man. I want Leon Slater in that shit. Give me Leon Slater.
Oh,
Thank you so
okay.
much. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And then, no, I'll still give it to Javon. But Leon's close to winning it. They could do a Zarya Sol Ruka thing from NXT. Where
Okay.
they kind of stare at each other.
Yeah.
Sammy versus Trick.
Tell them to kiss.
And if they wish. Sammy versus Trick versus Mello. The man doesn't miss. Mello gets the win because we want Mello should never die and he should be forever the champion.
Okay.
Have Yachty kind of be like loud, just like throughout this, just doing whoop that tricks, and not with a microphone. Just you can hear him enough.
Okay.
And just have a fun, great triple threat match. WrestleMania in particular, WWE does this really, really well, but WrestleMania in particular, they always have a great triple threat match. We don't have a triple threat match, if I'm not mistaken here.
No.
So what the fuck's up with that? Give me a fucking triple threat match.
Oh, okay.
Because there's always a WrestleMania triple threat match that cooks, and this is going to be the one.
Okay.
This is going to be that, like, you know, back in the day when they have like Kurt Angle versus Chris Jericho versus William Regal, or maybe it was like RVD or whatever. Give me that style of match. Give me 20 minutes and give Mello the win. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Finn versus Dom.
Book carefully. Don't piss me off.
Just give them time. And Demon Finn is getting the win. Demon Finn is getting the win over Dominic Mysterio because obviously he's getting the win. It's Demon Finn. He's getting the win over Dominic Mysterio. And I think that there should be, this should be less is more here. Just have a really good match here. And then there's just a camera cut as Demon Finn is leaving. And you can almost kind of see like the demon leaving Finn. And you just have a camera cut to Dom as he just kind of is questioning himself. And that can lead up to the whole, like, was Finn right? And for the next few months, it can kind of go to Dom going, maybe Finn was right. I can win on my own. These people do actually like me. And it can kind of start the Dominic Mysterio babyface turn.
Interesting. Okay.
Then I added a match. Semi-main event.
Okay.
Let's cook, lads. Asuka versus Io with Kyrie in Asuka's corner.
Okay.
You know how many minutes this match goes?
50.
35 minutes. Do you know why it's going to go 35 minutes?
Why?
Because the longest match in WWE history, longest women's match in WWE history, is 34 minutes and 45 seconds. Bayley versus Sasha, Iron Woman. All right?
Okay.
So we do that.
Right.
We're going to break that record. We're going to have a dope-ass match.
Okay.
Obviously.
Right.
Obviously. Io is going to hit a suicide dive on Kyrie. And take Kyrie out for a good portion of this match. Asuka's going to go, oh shit, I can't beat Io. She has surpassed me. And she's going to yell for Kyrie. She's going to do the Kyrie scream. To bring a chair. To bring something. Whatever.
Okay.
And Kyrie's going to refuse. Io is going to hit an over the moonsault. And Io is going to beat Asuka. Right?
Okay.
And Kyrie's in the middle of the ring. And she raises Io's hand. And then Asuka loses it. She yells at Kyrie. Once again, another Kyrie scream. And she slaps Kyrie.
Okay.
And Io's just kind of sitting there shocked. And she pushes Io back. She says, I got this.
Bitch.
She says, I got this.
Okay.
And slaps the fuck out of Asuka. Starts beating Asuka down. And then goes up to the top rope. Right?
Okay.
And she yells Kyrie. And it's just, no, you know what? She yelled Asuka. She yelled Asuka. She yells Asuka.
We're just changing things in the moment, friends.
The insane elbow drop on Asuka as I imagine the crowd reacts like it's Macho Man, Randy Savage, and Miss Elizabeth reunion. Okay?
Okay.
Boom. And then we get to CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. And I need this match to not be fucking cinema.
What?
I need this match to be, well, you know, Roman likes to do cinema. I don't want cinema. I want a pro wrestling match, as CM Punk has been saying. And I want CM Punk to bloody Roman pretty fucking quickly in this match. They didn't make this a dog collar match. I want CM Punk to go on the fly and say, 20 minutes in, guess what, bub? I found a dog collar. We're doing a dog collar match. And putting a dog collar on Roman. Because Roman was the big dog. And he's going to kill the big dog. He's going to kill that version of Roman Reigns, right? He's going to kill that Vince version of Roman Reigns.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
And as just Roman's just blood filled, just blood filled, crimson mask, right? Because I don't know last time we saw that, if ever, from Roman, right? And Punk's just yelling, "Learn how to swim, Roman! Learn how to swim!" Right?
I'm gonna kill myself.
And we get the bloodline because, of course, the bloodline's going to be interfering, right?
Okay.
Right. But the Usos get taken out, and Jacob comes out, but Jacob doesn't hit Punk. Punk is like, don't do it too. Don't continue the cycle of your family. And Jacob refuses. And Punk hits Roman with a GTS with the dog collar on and fucking pins him and retains. And that can lead to Roman then blaming Jacob for not doing what everyone else in the family does. Because I know that, like, you know, the reports have been that Roman wants to do a big program with Jacob, and before he retires, he wants to put Jacob over. Cool. Let's start that for WrestleMania 43, and that is how we end that. We also put Jacob in a massive position where he probably should have been before they decided to do Cody versus Pat McAfee. And yeah, that's that. And that is the WrestleMania. Punk wins.
Okay.
As we hear called a personality.
Great. So we have a good amount of similar elements, but I did them differently.
Okay.
For the most part.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll start with night one. I guess I'll start with Vision and Usos, I guess.
Yeah,
I'll
you
go.
like my match structure,
I wrote
you can
it
say it.
backwards, like with the main event. What?
You can say that you liked my match structure.
Oh
so.
yeah, honey. No, you did great. Didn't you just go in the order that they did though? You did great.
The order
no,
after
you did
the
great.
first
Okay,
two.
right. No, of course. Okay, right. Okay. So I don't have as much match explanation.
Yeah, no, I get it. WWE, AEW.
I have more like outcomes.
Yeah, TNA. Hire me as producer. I got you.
Okay. So I had a similar thing for Vision and Speed versus LA Knight and the Usos. I do have Speed turning on Logan specifically because that would make my heart happy. I'm envisioning. Okay. It's not what I was going for. I'm envisioning something along the lines of like, kind of like when Logan did that really big frog splash with like the drone and he was all like obnoxious. Speed kind of having a similar moment, maybe like off a ladder or something. And like Logan's laying over here and LA Knight's laying over here and he just kind of takes a right.
He goes
and
for
just
Logan.
lands on Logan. And then afterwards is like trying to be besties with like LA Knight and the Usos and they're kind of just like, all right, you can stay. That's fine. Whatever. And then Logan Paul, hypothetically, would then quit WWE and never come back.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. So Jacob versus Drew. So I definitely want this to be like batshit crazy match, but the main thing that I have booked is actually afterwards. So I do have Jacob winning. Okay. But I have Jacob winning, and then I actually added to this story. And I added to the build. So let's say over the last month or so leading up to Mania, there have been other attacks. Oh. So Jacob was attacked. Let's just do it from like when Jacob got attacked to now. Whatever time.
I forgot that that's supposed to be what the story's about. Holy shit.
There have been other attacks, let's say like once a month, once every 2 months or so, right? Other attacks. So the list of who gets attacked. And they don't have to be taken out like forever, but they're out for a couple weeks at a time, let's say.
We got a list.
I got a list of who gets attacked. So the attacker or attackers also take out after Jacob, Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh, okay.
Damian Priest.
Oh.
Ray Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
Tama Tonga. And Trick Williams.
Whoa, is Trick Miss Mania?
Let me get there.
Okay.
Relax. So Jacob wins the match. Okay, Drew is crying, hopefully in a puddle of blood, because we all had a great time watching something crazy, right? The video plays, and the attackers are revealed as the Street Profits.
Oh!
Which is why they went after both singles wrestlers and tag team wrestlers, okay? Point of this being, they're tired of not being booked. They're tired of not getting shots. They're tired of being underestimated. So they just started attacking everybody who was at the top. So they took out Motor City Machine Guns after they had a tag title opportunity match. They attacked Damian Priest after he went for the titles with R-Truth. They attacked Phoenix after like he had a big one-on-one match. They attacked Tama after he had his IC title shot. They attacked Trick after Trick is getting to talk to Randy and Sami Zayn. He's getting to talk to all these people. Takes him out, right? So they're wanting these opportunities. Long-term booking, I am thinking post, I'm not going to spoil who I'm having win, Randy versus Cody, but post that match, Montez goes for the title. Montez eventually wins that title. And after he wins the World Heavyweight Championship, is that the one that's on SmackDown?
Yep.
Okay. The World Heavyweight Championship. No, the Undisputed, whatever the fucking title is that Cody currently has, the SmackDown title.
Who cares?
Montez wins that.
Yeah.
His crowning moment, Dawkins turns, and we have Dawkins versus Montez for the title.
This is great.
That's what I got.
Oh, brother, that was okay. Look,
I spent the longest time on this going, how do I put the Street Profits in here?
Look, I'm gonna be honest.
That's what I got.
All right, I think I got your ass in the first match, right? because I got Hardys,
Usos?
right?
Yeah,
you got
you
me
won
in this
that one. Yeah.
You figured out a way to make Montez Ford world heavyweight
did.
champion, and I am invested now.
Did. Well, because also I think everybody is now begging for basically something that's not Cody related to the title, and I don't think there's going to be a person who doesn't want Montez involved.
Facts.
And
Also, and then we get Dawkins.
Right.
And then also you had the continuity throughout the last couple weeks to go, oh yeah, this person got a shot. You think, oh my God. It actually made sense why Mercy Machine Guns had a title match.
Yeah.
It made sense why Tama had a title match.
Yeah. Which
All
does
for
mean
this
obviously Jacob wins the Drew feud and
Sure.
then loses the Montez feud.
I'm fine with that.
There's a quick little whatever.
I'm okay with that.
They team up on him. Jacob loses. I don't have it going super long because it's not a personal thing.
Sure.
So Jacob goes at it, he fails, they all move on.
I'm fine with that.
Next I have the women's tag. So I have a couple things here. I do have Nia and Lash retaining.
Yeah.
I do have Alexa turning on Charlotte.
Okay.
But I have that happening after they lose.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I thought about that.
So Nia and Lash retain. I actually have Lash pinning Charlotte.
Love it.
So because she does that, Alexa just loses her shit and is like, I am done. You keep getting pinned. I'm fucking over it. And she just attacks Charlotte.
Yeah.
So that's where we get the split. We get Charlotte versus Alexa.
Love it.
I do also have a Bailey crash out.
Mhm.
But I have a Bailey crash out that eventually kind of breaks up her and Lyra.
What do you mean?
So, like, Bailey kind of goes, this is how we get Bailey back into, like, multiple personality
Right.
sort of thing.
Right.
And so, like, she kind of has a crash out. We bring that storyline back. And it kind of, like, it separates them as in, like, it takes them away from the tag titles.
Sure.
And Bailey kind of has to, like, rediscover herself. And Lyra pushes her towards being a singles wrestler where she eventually gets the women's title on SmackDown, like, later this year.
Yeah.
Lyra's the supporting factor. And Bailey gets to have the women's title run we all wanted.
All right. You might be up 2-1.
The only thing is I didn't really have a ton left for the Bellas, like, specific to this match. They're just kind of there and they lose. I'm sorry.
I put 3 through a table, so.
So AJ Becky, I didn't have a ton for this either because I feel like this should be done already. Like, we shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
So I actually have AJ winning.
Mhm.
And I kind of stole your idea, so I will verbalize giving credit for this. But, like, I'm just going to have AJ win and then AJ feuds with Roxanne.
Okay, yeah.
Roxanne goes after her.
Yeah.
Because I also want AJ to move on from, like, we're sitting in the vortex of, I made this division. I crashed the ceiling so you could go through the door or whatever the fuck she said. And I want us to move on from that. And I think, right. And so I think Roxanne will be a great opportunity to be like, sure, you did that back then, but what can you do now? Because now I'm the new one and I'm considered one of the best in the ring in this entire fucking company. So, like, can you beat me?
Yeah.
What can you do now?
Yeah.
And then that moves AJ away from that and kind of, she's kind of sitting still in, like, hindsight. She's in the previous era.
She's sitting in like 20.
This moves her into, like, the new era, current wrestling. What can you do now? And then this allows Becky to move on from the IC title and maybe, like, fight for the main title or just do something else.
I'll say it's 2-2. I have Emily Rudd in mine. You don't. So.
Right. Okay. For Seth Gunther, I actually had pretty much the same thing as you.
Braun?
So I have Braun coming out, taking out Seth, and that's how Gunther wins because I just don't care for this match whatsoever. So
3-2 because I came up with the first. So
okay, right. Okay, actually, I wrote mine first. So, okay, so Stephanie versus Liv Morgan.
I forgot that match.
Oh my God, you did,
bro. I don't know how.
I didn't even realize that. Okay, well, you're gonna have to roll with mine then. So Stephanie Liv. So I have Raquel and Roxanne coming out.
Okay.
To help Liv win the match, right? Raquel and Roxanne come out. Roxanne actually goes in to help. Raquel's just kind of standing there, like at the end of the ramp. She's not really doing anything, but she's out there with Roxanne. You kind of tell, like, Roxanne is like, move, bitch. Let's go. We got to help, right? And so they're going to do that. Raquel and Roxanne go to help Liv. And they both kind of turn on her. Same time. They go to help her. They don't actually help her. Standard Judgment Day storyline.
Yeah.
They go to help her, but not actually help her. And they try to screw her over. Okay? They hit Liv with whatever. They fuck her over, however you want to do it. Stephanie goes for the pin and gets pulled by Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, wow.
Dom knew this was coming. Harrison! pause for a hairy break. Okay, we're back. Stephanie gets pulled out by Dominic Mysterio. He knew that this was going to happen, okay, because you can't outsmart him, okay? He's the king of the fucking luchadors, bitch, okay? Greatest Mysterio of all time. Shut the fuck up. So, he interferes, helps Liv win. Liv wins the title. But it's less of a cheating and more of an evening the playing field sort of thing, right? This does lead to Liv versus Raquel at Backlash while Roxanne goes for AJ. And we kind of have them do that. I'm just going to have Roxanne split off because, like, respectfully, she has nothing to do with this anymore. So we're going to have Liv, Raquel at Backlash. Obviously, Liv wins because this isn't a joke fucking company, at least not for this specific feud. And then we move on. And then we move on.
Can I interrupt that real quick?
Sure.
To just give mine for Stephanie
I guess.
and Liv.
Okay.
They main event night one.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, they main event over Cody and Randy because I'm an ally. So.
Okay. Is that all you had?
Liv wins.
Okay, great, thanks. So Cody versus Randy with Pat McAfee, and I'm assuming Jelly Roll. I'm scrapping the whole fucking thing.
Okay.
I'm scrapping the whole fucking thing. Pat McAfee actually doesn't even actually the Pat McAfee show is canceled on ESPN. The whole thing's fucking done. So there's no Pat McAfee. Mm-hmm. Back when we had Cody yelling at Sammy, way back then, they have the contract signing. Cody turns heel on Randy.
Oh, okay.
Randy stays babyface. Okay. Cody turns heel on Randy.
Fully okay with this.
As in, like, leading up to that, in that segment, Cody is cocky as shit.
Yeah.
He is like, I am so sick of dealing with, like, I got whiny ass Sami Zayn. I gotta be nice to you, defend my title yet again. This is like my 12th title reign. At least it fucking feels like it to the fans. And all this shit, right? And he's like, I'm just the guy. Like, he's like, I'm QB1. I need you guys to stop thinking you're on my level. And Randy is like, my guy, who put you there? Do you remember? Do you remember the legacy? Marissa does. Now, Randy tries to put him in his place. Cody turns heel, attacks Randy. We have a whole thing. I would have it arguably be just as, like, crazy as when in real life Randy attacked Cody.
Sure.
Like, run out the stairs, do the chair, do the whole fucking thing, but Cody does it on Randy instead. Yeah. Okay. Randy, does call someone on the phone. We do call somebody for backup. And it is the newly released Ted DiBiase Jr. Yeah, okay, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Okay, this is my dream. Let me live. So Ted comes back like week before Mania as the revealed human to try to talk sense into Cody. We pretend like they're friends in real life, and he wasn't just like fighting a legal battle for the last 7 years. Okay, tries to talk sense into Cody. Cody takes him out as well. And is like, fuck this. Randy comes out and is like, what actually is wrong with you? Like, I'm going to kill you if you don't shut the fuck up, right? So then we get to Cody. This is week before Mania still. On SmackDown. Cody takes out Ted DiBiase and punts him.
Love it. Love it.
Cody brings back the punt. In a kind of like, he's like, I can even do the Viper better than you, Randy. He's like, I'm up here like that, right. You know?
What color is his hair at this point?
It's blonde.
Oh, it's blonde. Okay. How many guys has he kissed so far in this feud?
None.
Okay, right, that's weird. But all right.
You can book it yourself. So we get to, obviously, Mania. And we basically have Viper versus wannabe Viper, right? So Randy has to bring out, we see all of his old, like, move set. We have the, like, he's super smooth. He's got the charisma. He does the craziness. We see, like, the weird tongue thing he always did where his tongue is like... He
does a drop kick and then does the splits like he did in that one match against Mark Henry.
Sure. We have all of that come back. Randy wins the title. And I would love a funny moment of, like, no one does the Viper like me, bitch. Okay, it would be really funny. But puts Cody in his place. And then I would actually have Cody take some time off.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets punted, he should.
Yeah. Well, no, Cody's not getting punted.
Oh, that's right. Cody does the punt to DiBiase.
Cody punts DiBiase.
You don't think he gets punted though?
I mean, you could if you want. Yeah. I guess as a way to take him out as well.
Yeah.
So that's my night one.
Okay.
For night two, I'm gonna start with Punk and Roman.
What's up?
I'm gonna start with.
That doesn't main event.
I'm just speaking.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
Okay.
If I could find, actually, no, Dom's main eventing. So, Punk versus Roman. I'm gonna start with that because I don't care. So Punk wins because I then want Braun to beat him for the title. So Punk is winning, and then he's losing to Braun.
Yeah.
Moving on. Let's do the IC ladder match because I need that for something later. So IC ladder match. I'm having this as a creative, as the head of creative, as the booker myself. I go up to these 6 men and I do say, Ray, you are a fucking deadbeat. Okay, and you're only here because I'm gonna make money off you being in this match.
Okay.
That's all you get from me.
Okay.
However, all 6 men, I want you to go out there and do whatever the fuck you want. Make it crazy. I want viral moments. Okay. Not so far that we go Logan Paul loser viral moments, but like cool shit, right? And I just let them do whatever the fuck they want to do. However, the winner is Javon Evans. Okay. Then I have Jade versus Rhea, and I have a match that is added as well for the women.
Okay.
So I have Jade versus Rhea. I'm changing shit.
Okay.
So the Friday that we just watched, Io won that match.
Okay. Oh,
Jade,
okay.
she's added.
Okay.
She's added in. Okay. So I actually have Jade going at Io, Jade going at Rhea. Rhea kind of gets sidelined for a sec, right? So she's like out recovering. It's Jade versus Io in the ring. And then you hear the whiplash of a little braid. Okay. And the music comes out, and then we're all excited, and Marissa's crying real tears because women's wrestling is back on SmackDown. Okay. Bianca comes out. She costs Jade, but because Rhea's sidelined, Io wins a title.
Right. So then Rhea's pissed at Io.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then Rhea gets upset. It's not necessarily a turn, but then we have Rhea versus Io in a back and forth where eventually Rhea finally gets the win on Io down the line.
Right. SummerSlam.
Something like that. But Io wins a title at Mania.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
and then
I
we
love
go into Bianca Jade.
Yeah.
So with that, obviously, what are we leaving out? Asuka and Kyrie.
Right.
So I actually do have an Asuka Kyrie turn thing. So I would actually have Kyrie turn like the Raw before Mania, maybe something like that. Whatever time frame you want to do it in. But I would have like Kyrie has a one-on-one match with somebody random. Make it Ivy Nile or something. Actually, don't do that because I'm gonna have Kyrie lose, and that wouldn't make sense. So someone random, Raquel for all I care. But Kyrie loses. Let's say probably Roxanne interferes. Kyrie loses. Asuka loses her shit and starts yelling at her, hitting her as she always does. And we finally get the moment we've all been waiting for. Kyrie just screams back in her face, loses her shit, goes ape shit on Asuka, attacks her. They do. It's babyface turn. Everybody's happy for her. And we have Asuka versus Kyrie at Mania. Kyrie wins, gets her revenge.
And Asuka still has never won a WrestleMania match.
Damn, sorry, girl. Forgot about that. Okay, and then we have Oba versus Brock. We actually don't have that match. You want to know why? Because I fired Brock.
Okay.
So Brock is fired. He's no longer in the WWE. Oba does an open challenge with a returning Kevin Owens answering.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if you can.
So now we're just playing with just like make believe. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want that.
I mean, that would be awesome.
So, but you'll hear why I couldn't do a different answer in a second.
Okay.
I'm open to it also being like, I also thought maybe like Santana could be fun.
Ooh, I like that.
If Kevin Owens isn't available, Mike Santana could be really fun. So I would do that because he's coming to WWE soon. So it could also be Santana if Kevin Owens isn't available. Next, I have Sammy versus Trick. I've added Mello. I've added Ilya.
Okay.
It's a fatal four-way.
We're fine with this.
Okay. It is a fatal four-way. Adding Mello and Ilya. I'm actually having Ilya win.
Okay, now we ride at dawn. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Hold
about?
on. Let me finish. So Ilya wins. We go into an actual legitimate Mello Ilya feud. Okay, for the title. They can pass it back and forth for all I give a shit. But we have a Mello Ilya feud coming out of this. To be fair, I don't know what Trick does coming out of this, but that's fine. Sammy loses. And we actually have Sammy now going for the world title.
I'm okay.
I have picked him up. I've removed him from that, and he's going into the world title scene.
Sami Zayn, Montez Ford's far better than Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton.
That was rude, but okay. And then finally, Finn and Dominic Mysterio.
That's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
Now let's all be clear to start. Finn walks out as the demon, and for some reason his music isn't playing. Something's wrong technically in the back. Dom comes out to loud music. I actually play it so loud that you can't hear any boos in the crowd whatsoever, and a ton of pyro going through the entire stadium.
Right.
Okay. We have Finn versus Dom.
Mm-hmm.
Dom just wins clean.
Okay.
Okay.
Just fucking buried the demon again.
Yes. Dom wins clean. Demon sucks. Goes back into hiding. Do whatever else. I don't give a shit. But this is setting up Liv Dom against the world.
Right.
So they have to
It's
be
crazy
tweeners.
How I knew you were gonna get here. I just didn't know how you were gonna get here.
Here's how we get here. Also, because like genuinely, I'm so disappointed in what they've done with this Dom Finn feud that I just want it to be done with, to be honest with you. So Dom wins clean. Liv comes out to celebrate with him. They've officially cut pretty much all ties with the Judgment Day, and it's just Liv Dom against the world now.
And
So
then,
you just see them together moving forward.
And the ending shot is them in the car driving off. That's
Works
what
for
I had
me.
for the San Diego
Works for me.
Survivor Series. They didn't do it.
So after Dom beats Finn at Mania, Finn goes off and does whatever an Irish person would do. And then we actually set up Dom versus Javon. Dom's going back for the IC title. He wants his IC title back.
Okay.
Now, I will give you this. He does not win the title
That's
back.
right, because Javon is the GOAT.
Javon keeps the title.
Uh-huh.
Finn probably screws him or whatever. But Javon does keep the title, but Dom wins Money in the Bank
Yeah.
later this year and then is going for the world title.
Yeah. Cashing in on Braun?
Sure, cashing in on whoever the fuck, I don't care. Whoever's champion at that time and in my way. Works for me.
And you mean Dom's way?
Dom's way.
Right.
Yes. This is
Okay,
about
you
him
know,
and his story.
I think you kind of had me pieced up. And then I think that your Mania main event may have ruined it a little bit. And
Why?
I think mine was cooler. So.
Wrong. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, let us know what you think. Put in the comments here whose Mania booking you preferred.
Remember, I had
and
the Hardys
why
and Emily
mine.
Rudd,
But
so.
mine was so much better overall. I have the Street Profits back on TV. Okay, don't be racist.
It is cool.
Don't be racist. Pick me. So
Cool. Hardys are super cool.
So pick me. Put who you think wins in the comments, and thank you for watching.
Deuces, lads.